The United Nations Children Fund, Unicef, has said there is urgent need for strong commitment by state government and stakeholders in the education sector to develop models to reduce the high number of out-of-school children in Nigeria. Unicef education specialist made the remarks at a two-day regional stakeholders meeting on out-of-school children and retention, transition and completion models for Southwest states. Correspondent John Felix completes the story.
Gathered here as stakeholders in the education sector from the Southwest, the focus is to chart ways on addressing out-of-school children in the region. Speaking on this development, UNICEF's education specialist said the number of out-of-school children in Nigeria was alarming, stressing that there was a need to build multiple learning pathways to tackle out-of-school menace in the country and retention, transition in secondary education.
We are particularly interested in this meeting on those who are at the risk of dropping out and at the risk of not actually completing secondary education, especially for the southwestern states that we know that have high percentage rate of children who are in schools. So their issues here are actually around retention, transition and completion of secondary education for adolescents between the ages of 10 to 12 to 14 years or 18 years of age. We're also supporting, advocating that states begin to look at how can they create more access, working with community structures, community leaders, religious leaders, to begin to address social norms that keep children out of school. Also, there are some direct and indirect costs of education that actually impede demand for education for secondary education. So these are some of the very good discussions we have had this afternoon for commissioners to begin to look at how can they stop those direct and indirect costs of education, especially as the Constitution of Nigeria says that secondary education is supposed to be free and compulsory for every Nigerian child. The third area of intervention we're advocating today is also for them to look at how can they scale up foundational literacy and numeracy programs.
Also speaking, UNICEF education specialist Baba Gana Aminu said out of 6 million children that enroll in primary education yearly, 1 million of them do not get to lower secondary school. Quoting from multiple cluster survey MICS 2021, Aminu said that the education completion rate in the Southwest region revealed that the primary education rate stood at 92.6%.
About 8% of children are out of school. But that is not the most worrisome data, if I may say, concerning the Southwestern state. Most of the worrisome data, it has to do with retention, that is retaining those children that must have enrolled into school, but not only retaining them, but are they completing the level of education that they have enrolled into. What I mean more specifically here is that the completion of primary school children when they are in lower secondary, that is in junior secondary school, and as well when they transit to senior secondary school, how well are they transiting? So the data shows about 92% and 85% of those children that are completing primary and upper secondary education. So that is really, really worrisome. That means a lot of children that enter into primary school may not have the opportunity to complete junior secondary school, and that means the future for them is still blurry. So where are these children? That means these children, if they are not in school, they are out of school. If they are out of school, are they doing any vocational, are they attending any vocational or skills program? Or where are they? That means that is need for government and also all the stakeholders in education to really take action to address these issues, especially around the 21st century skills, foundational literacy and numeracy, and transferable skills, which are essential for them to thrive in the today's world.
In his remarks, the State Commissioner for Education, Professor Abayomi Arigbabu, said to achieve the needed results in the state and the region in general, interventions must be done seriously, which include the provision of meals for children in schools.
The school feeding program should be vigorously pursued so that these children can at least be sure that there will be at least one meal in school, which will probably encourage them to come to school. That one is also there. Also, there is need for vigorous campaigns, vigorous enrollment drive. You know, at the beginning of every session or during the holidays, you want to go around to encourage parents, go to motor parks, go to marketplaces, go to various locations in the towns and cities to ensure that parents bring their children to school. So, and let them be aware of policies that you are putting in place to encourage these children to come to school.
It is expected that deliberations at this stakeholders' engagement will lead to positive outcomes in the education sector. John Felix reporting for Galaxy Television News.